Okay, so here's a quick tutorial on how to plot data and make graphs in Excel. So this is your activity for linearization. I'm just going to go to data set 11 as an example, and we'll go and we'll highlight, copy. You can use your shortcut keys too if you want. Go over to a new sheet. If I didn't have that sheet there, I can just hit plus, so I could have one for each set of data that we're going to do. But I'll go back to sheet 3, and then I'll just paste it, and then my data comes up. You can adjust the column width up here. So what you want to do is you want to highlight your X and Y values, and then come up to insert. And we have charts. We're 99.9% of the time, unless otherwise noted, we're going to pick a scatter plot. And then you can make this a little bit bigger. And then this green plus sign, whenever you highlight your graph, just click on it anywhere, this green plus sign comes up, and that's where you find all of your formatting tools. So we definitely want titles for our axes. We definitely want a chart title, and then you can come back here and you can just write down, well, we'll do the title last. Let's fill in our axes titles. What we're doing on our y-axis, this is going to be what our GPA number is. And then down on the x-axis, what we're actually looking at is your study time. And we're going to measure that in hours per week. So basically by plotting this, we want to see how our GPA is affected as we increase our study time per week. So back to title. Your easiest way to make a title for your graph is to just put your y-axis versus your x-axis. Okay, so that's great. Now this gives us a plot, but what really gives us information is when you put that trend line in. So come back to your green plus sign, go down to trend line, and then come over here and come down to more options. So what pops up is this over here on the right, and we want to look at format trend line. Let's see. This is the one you want to look at. So these have the different relationships. If you weren't sure, you could look to see if exponential fits or logarithmic or polynomial, but this is clearly linear. So we will click on that. And then if you come down to display equation, this gives us our equation, which is fantastic because we know that on this graph that the slope is actually going to tell you the rate of change between these variables. So what does that do for us in physics? Right now it's in a math form because they're using y equals 0.4x, and we know that that 0.4 is our slope. And what that's telling us is that for every hour that we increase, our GPA will increase by 0.4 points. What we want to do though is put this into physics using our physics variables. So our y really is GPA. Let's just use a big G for that. Is going to be 0.4, and then study time, you could put hours. Let's use a big H. Okay, so now we are in physics form. Okay, from there, you can determine, well, do I need to linearize this? No, you don't, because it's already a linear relationship, and we have it in terms of physics using our physics variables. And well, actually looking over here, I shouldn't have used a capital H. It looks like we wanted little t sub s. Um, if it were not a linear relationship to start with, what you would do is you would use that worksheet and you would try to match up what the data is looking like. And then you can create another column of data and replot that in order to get a linear relationship so that we can see the rate of change between these variables. Okay, hope that helped.